Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and Good things are at this canyon right here.
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. So. Ms. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. How's everybody doing? Share this video. It would help a lot if we can break the algorithms. It will help a lot if you guys can help me out. Share this video. And give it a like at the video at YouTube. And also, we're live at YouTube and we're live at Facebook. So if you give it a like to the video at YouTube and also on Facebook, it will break the algorithms as we grow the audience little by little. Good morning to everybody. Wow, man. It is just unbelievable, the statements of this activist, that he has been a pro-migrant activist for the past, I don't know how many years, since I found him, the activist by the name of Luis Villagran. He is located in Tapachula. And although we look at politics differently, but we have different political views, but ultimately right now, he's looking at this situation in Tapachula, Mexico, that is the border that connects to Guatemala. He's looking at this as the biggest catastrophe, inhuman catastrophe ever existed possibly in history. And there's a lot of people that they're looking at this as an inhumane catastrophe at the border. This is provoked right now by the policies of Joe Biden and the Democratic Party of the United States of America. You guys have seen how your borders are now in the United States of America, and I will, in the next incoming weeks, I will be showing you how our borders are around our south border of our country of Mexico and into the north border of our country of Mexico. It is just horrible what is happening. And it is more amazing that you ask yourself, when is this going to stop? And the statements of this activist, that he is the most accurate activist, pro-migrant activist in the South. He has been in multiple caravans directing multiple caravans. And I remember when he used to call Donald Trump an evil man. Now he calls Joe Biden the real devil. He thought that Joe Biden was going to change. He thought that Joe Biden was going to help. He thought that Joe Biden was going to be the one that was going to change immigration. And he says, boy, I was wrong, man. I clipped this interview that he did with a reporter from a collaborator for Oscar Blue Team in Tapachula. And I clipped some important parts of this interview. The most difficult and as I'm going to elaborate these small clips, the most difficult thing right now is that we got a COVID variant that is called Delta. You have a government right now in the United States of America. I'm not there. I don't live over there. I live in Mexico. I was born over here. But you have a government of the United States of America who's trying to close states, trying to close businesses, and trying to force the mask on people inside of the United States of America. But you got not thousands people. Now is millions of people coming into your south border where non-port of entry, a lot of them on vaccine, a lot of them sick, a lot of them on COVID tested. They haven't taken the COVID test and arriving to the border. Where is the logic on this? For God's sake, where is the logic? This is the first clip of this activist, Luis Villagran. As I clip this first clip. And in this first clip, he says in Spanish, he says this: the Institute National of Immigration and the COMAR, that is the Commission of Refugees of Mexico, have already designated and they have already pointed it out that the community of Haiti, it is the second largest community to ask for refugee and asylum, and it is moving at a fast pace to be the first community to ask for asylum and refugee into Mexico. This is huge because you're talking about that is not Central America anymore. It is the population of Haiti, and it is also Africa that is arriving into our south door of Mexico. And people are getting scared when I use this colonization word. What more is it? People, what more is it? So, I think we're having problems to connect with Facebook. It says right here. Well, we'll continue. So I will continue right here. Am I live at Facebook? It just appeared right here on the live stream that I'm having problems with connection in Facebook. And I just want to get right here a confirmation from Oscar Blue Team if we are still good in Facebook. Live on Facebook. It says live. Okay. We're continuing to go. So this is the first clip. Look what he says in Spanish, and I will translate. It is a 19-second clip. This man has really accurate data because he's really involved in the migrant community, and hopefully I will be interviewing him later on. But this is amazing what he says. Look what he says right here. And before I go, how's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. I'm live at Facebook and I'm live on YouTube. Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link. If you guys like to contribute to our travel fund, Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link. We're people funded. So thank you so much for your contribution. So let's go right here to hear this guy out. Look what he says right here. It's amazing what he says. He says that the community of Haiti, it is now recognized by the COMAR as the second largest community of population that asked for asylum in our country of Mexico. And now they're asking the population that is already in Mexico, established as the second largest community of Haiti, of asking for asylum. Their whole purpose is to move to the north, ultimately the United States of America. This is the first clip that is not aggravating. We go little by little, and this is the second clip, which is really aggravated when he starts saying, look how the catastrophe at Tapachula. I haven't been to Tapachula. I've been there 3 times. The last time that I was there, I believe it was 2019 or it was 2020. It was 2020. I believe that it's 2020. And it's been a year and fraction since I haven't been there. But look what it says right here. It says that the population has exacerbated so much. The population has overflowed the city so much that the migrants are sleeping on the floor. They're sleeping on the sidewalks. They don't have food. They're starving. They don't have water. They're suffering. This is all provoked by a globalistic agenda, people. This is all provoked by puppets that are managed by the globalist agenda and also ultimately the United Nations and George Soros, as Joe Biden is a puppet. Kamala Harris is a puppet. The president of Mexico, he's a huge puppet. All of these people are puppets and manage to a one globalistic agenda. And you see this man that he's saying the migrants are on the sidewalks. You can see them on all parts of the city, sitting down, laying down without no food. Why these puppets want to create a catastrophe? And it is only one thing: absolute communism that is prefer and form a one social class and 1% of dictatorship. That is the 1% privilege. Ultimately, also, not only that, to destroy border sovereignty and to colonize the borders, to no borders, no walls, no country at all, to open borders and for everything to be for everyone with no law, with no order. Look what it says right here. It's amazing what he says, how the migrant population of Haiti, it is suffering. They're suffering because of this globalist agenda. And you got activist writers in the United States of America, for God's sake, que idiota estás, calling George Soros a philanthropist. Ve nada más la idiotez. Calling George Soros a philanthropist. I know you're listening to me. Here's your philanthropist. This is what your philanthropist has provoked. People suffering and people staying on the sidewalk. Look what it says right here. The audio's okay. Here we go.
Están en todo Tapachula, ¿no? Los hemos visto en los parques, en las colonias, durmiendo literalmente en las calles. Es una población desgraciadamente muy vulnerable porque es una población pobre.
They're all over Tapachula. They're all over the streets. You know, they're a really vulnerable population. They're really a poor population. To this clip of video, I will add something that is really aggravated also. He says that in the past 2 weeks, more than 4,000 migrants have entered the border. What? He's going to say it right here. Look, I will pause there and I will ask other people, where in the hell is CNN? Look at it. Look at what he says right here. And he adds this. And this has generated more fluency because they just assassinated the president of Haiti. This has provoked more migration, unjustifying the fact that they're, afraid and they're provoking more migration. And this, knowing the fact that there's people that they have been all across the continent, Brazil, Chile, Venezuela, and Ecuador, the people from Haiti, and they're walking and they're arriving. And look what it says, 4,000. Whoever doesn't understand in English, 4,000, what is in Spanish, is 4,000. He said all the migrants are walking from Brazil, from Chile, from Ecuador, from Venezuela, all the way to the border to Tapachula. And in the last 2 weeks, we got numbers that 4,000 have arrived and they have entered into the border of Mexico. 4,000. Where is the government of Mexico protecting the border for us to not get a COVID variant, for this to not be spread. 4,000 in the last 2 weeks they have arrived. 4,000 in the border of Tapachula. Not only that, but where is all the mainstream media? Where are you? Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, right here in Tapachula. Where are all these leftist tabloids? Daily Beast, Democracy Now! Where are you? MSNBC, PBS, the so-called journalists and tabloid writers and activists. Where are you? Right here. More than 4,000 arrived in the past 2 weeks. Where is the protection for the citizens on the COVID variant, Delta? But you want to mask the people. You want to close the businesses. You want to close the states. No, not that far from now, people. Remember that the weather goes down in a lot of places of the planet. Around September, October, the cold weather starts coming. And everything is going to be flowing again when the Delta variant goes up again. Oh my God, everybody's getting sick. That's the Delta. That's the Delta. Everything's going to be shut down. But you got millions coming in. It's a complete catastrophe. It's a disaster, this. This is provoked by globalists. They're using people. This is why I get so mad. This is inhuman. This is inhuman. Due to the fact that migrants are being cheated and told that the United States is open, that is a lie. That is a lie. If somebody's saying Mexico can care less, if you're talking about Mexicans, you're wrong, buddy, because I don't want to get into that. It is the Mexican government. And this, if you want to go to facts, what's up with your president? Does he care about you? What's up with your Congress people? Does he care about you? What's going on with your vice president? Does she care about you right now? Does she care? Really, I'm asking you a question, asking for a friend. Does those people care about your life right now? Those three people, did they care about your pocket right now? Do they care, the Democrats and the leftists and the progressive activist groups? Do they care about you? Who's provoking this? Who's inviting this? Who's telling the people that there's open gaps in Texas and they're arriving and the Border Patrol is a processing agency? Who, buddy? Just asking for a friend. I respond sometimes to comments. This is aggravating because 4,000 in the less than 2 weeks, 4,000 have arrived. And this is part, a lot of people say it's Mexico's fault. A lot of people say it's the United States' fault. Don't blame the people. Don't blame the citizens. This is not only the Mexican citizens. We don't want this massive influx. And the United States citizens, they don't want that massive influx. It is the government that is doing this. It is the globalists and the elite that they're manipulating this. I just told you, these are the puppets that they're manipulating your life, your constitution, your security, your country. And you sit down and you're just watching. You're like, when did they take a decision to let in all these people? When did they ask us, the taxpayer? When did they ask us, the citizen? When did they ask us? When? Exactly like Mexicans. We're going through a horrible insecurity issue, 86,000 murders in the 3 years of administration of AMLO. Catastrophe of economy. Possibly the worst economy possibly in history. Insecurity like you don't even imagine. The cartel controls the country. And plus you have this. And plus, you had the Delta variant that is already in here in our country, and it is a domino effect that's going to your country. We already know that. I have told you this, guys. What happens in Europe jumps to the continent of America and the South America, and then it jumps to the north. It's a domino effect. And now we have all of this, and we're Mexican citizens, and we're sitting down and we're like, holy cow, when is this going to stop? People, really ask yourself this question. Since the Globalist Compact of Immigration started, it started in 2014, at the ending of 2014, possibly 2015. Barack Obama and Enrique Peña Nieto, past president of Mexico, are like high five with Nancy Pelosi and all these people. Like, let's bring all this. It's going on 6 years. 3 more years of the administration of Biden is going to be 9 years of this. It's going to be almost a decade of mass migration. Until somebody, holy cow, and imagine if he gets reelected. Imagine if the Biden administration gets reelected. So you're going on 9 years, add more 4 years. Imagine that 13 years of this. Holy cow. And imagine if the political party of AMLO gets reelected after the 6 year term of presidency. When it ends, imagine if they get 6 more years of that. This is not going to stop. Ask yourself, planify yourself, and look yourself in 10 more years. Where is the border going to look in 10 more years if we keep up this pace? Have you ever asked yourself for that? Look what he says right here. This is the last clip. It is the most aggravated clip. This is why I started this hashtag that is, a lot of people are going to be like, what is enough is enough? Enough is enough of the abuse of the borders. Enough is enough of hashtag enough is enough. Enough is enough at the borders. Hashtag enough is enough. And hashtag stop the colonization. Hashtag enough is enough for all you leftist liberals. Is enough is enough of this globalization and automatic destruction of the borders. Enough is enough of the corruption that exists in the third world class countries. Let's help them build a better future, trade, not aid, and let's help them build a better infrastructure, better national security. Enough is enough of the enormous trafficking of children. Enough is enough of the unaccompanied minors. Enough is enough of the fake marriages and fake matrimonies and the loopholes that there are in immigration in every country. Enough is enough of the abuse of the law. Enough is enough of the trafficking of drugs, the trafficking of women, the trade of women. Enough is enough of this globalization and this globalist compacts that are damaging the world. Enough is enough. That is why. Look at this. What they're saying right here, what he says right here. This is the most last clip is the most aggravated clip. There is a federal politician by the name of Paola Lopez Rodas. So Paola Lopez Rodas, this man is saying that she is bought by a political party. Paola Lopez Rodas said this: whoever comes into the country of Mexico is not going to be allowed to leave Tapachula until we decide to. That is the visa transit. And the visa transit can be extended from 6 months to up to 2 to 3 years. Imagine that. So she put that law and she put that locked since 2019, 2020 until now, 2021. Because of that, and because of that lock at the fact of COVID on the year 2020 and now 2021 that is opening up, and more people coming in because Joe Biden lifted the threat of the tariff to Mexico that Donald Trump put on AMLO. It was because of that the fluency of caravans stopped. Because if AMLO did not stop that fluency, he was going to get tariff on the automobile, avocado, and beer industry. But Joe Biden came in and said, I'm lifting that tariff. Don't even worry about it, AMLO. Open the door. What the hell is going on with this, man? He doesn't even like America, man. The president of the United States. But okay. So he did that. And you got right now, according to this man, you got 60,000 migrants in Tapachula. For almost 3 years, you add the fact that it's almost 60,000 waiting. Imagine how Tapachula looks right now. Holy cow. Woo. I have shown videos of how the plazas are, how the parks are, how everything is. The Tapachula citizens, according to a statement from a citizen in Tapachula, they feel that they're going to be replaced, colonized. They feel that they're going to be replaced. And he says 60,000 are awaiting here to move to the north, the United States of America. 60,000. Wow, man. Add the fact that those are the ones that they have stayed there to do their process correctly. But the gotaways, you guys know that there's like double. You guys know that it's like double. And those gotaways are the ones that are arriving into your border. And they are not COVID tested. Some of them are not COVID tested. Some of them are on vaccine. And some of them are sick. It is a reality. A lot of the liberals are like, oh my God, he's provoking hysteria at the border. Oscar is provoking hysteria at the border. He doesn't show reality. My God, you idiot. Look at this. Why don't you get off your butt and let's go to the border? Let's walk the border and ask the questions what the Biden administration and Kamala Harris have done. Lied to the migrant population, told them that they were going to admit it, used them for just win the political party, win their election, win the populist vote from the Hispanics and the Latinos, and then later on kick them in the butt and say, you know what, do not come, do not come, do not come, like Kamala Harris said in Guatemala with Yamate. Look at his statement right here, what he says. 60,000. When he says 60,000, it is 60,000. This is a statement talking about Paola Lopez Rodas, the politician that blocked and they put this lock to damage the Tapachula citizens. Look what he says. This agreement that it was done by Paola Lopez Rodas, that is a diplomat, a federal diplomat, put that agreement in a federal law. So this lock will prohibit migrants from leaving Tapachula, and they will only clock them to stay right here in the city of Tapachula. That they are obligated to stay in Tapachula. That they are obligated to stay in Tapachula. That, holy cow, that agreement, what it does is to keep, let me return the audio so you will hear what he says. 60,000. He says that lock in that law prohibits the migrants from moving, so that when it prohibits migrants from moving, it keeps them all here, and that has kept 60,000 migrants in Tapachula. Look what he says. 60,000 migrants spread all over Tapachula. This has provoked 60,000 to be right here. And there's a responsible person for this catastrophe and inhumane, that is Paola Lopez Rodas. This diplomat, federal diplomat, just because she wanted to be, and I'm sorry for the audio. I'm sorry. I'm translating as he's speaking. So I'm sorry. You know, this is how it is. So this diplomat, this federal diplomat, as she is putting a lock in this, on this federal law, she's prohibited migrants from move, and she is the one that is provoking this catastrophe.
según el artículo 52 de la ley, que se tiene que quedar en Tapachula. Esto provoca que haya 60,000 migrantes varados en Tapachula de una manera oprobiosa.
This has provoked that this lock on the federal law, it is having an effect that has kept more than 60,000. That it has provoked to keep more than 60,000 migrants. More than 60,000 migrants in Tapachula, not only affecting the migrants, but affecting the citizens of Tapachula. He's realizing now that this is affecting strongly the citizens of Tapachula, the Mexican citizens. He's now watching how this is getting out of hand. He's now watching that this is like, oh, this is not right. This is not right. There's supposed to be a process. Yes. There's supposed to be a process for immigration. Yes. There's supposed to be a limit, a cap. Yes. There's supposed to be biometrics for everybody that is migrating. Yes. There's supposed to be biometrics for the enormous trafficking of children that is occurring. Yes. There's supposed to be biometrics for unaccompanied minors that they're coming in to know why are they fleeing their country, and if they are suffering from violence, from rape, from all this. Yes. There's supposed to be biometrics for fake families and fake marriages. Yes. There's supposed to be biometrics for people that they're coming out of their country and to know their record if they're running away from committing a crime, or what is their interest on coming into first another country, that is, if you're migrating from Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Nicaragua, and now Mexico, and Belize, from Mexico, and then from Mexico to the United States. Everybody knows that. Why the leftists in the United States of America, they don't want biometrics? Because they're violating their humanitarian right, and you're oppressing them. That is the only reason why. 60,000 people. They are awaiting now, and that is the number that is rounding up right now in Tapachula. It is huge number. It is a huge number. And this man said, I remember the video when he said it. This man said, there's going to be an exodus of people coming in on 2021. He said it. I remember that video. And I put it on my live stream. And he says more than 40 or 60,000 they're going to be coming in the next year. Ta-da. What is going on right now to the United States of America? They're flooding their borders. They're taking away authority from the Border Patrol. The Border Patrol is a processing agency, man. They're just processing people. Come in. Documents, yeah. Detention. Documents, detention. Documents, detention. It's exactly like the Institute National of Immigration. Documents, detention. Documents, detention. It is just unbelievable, people. What is enough, really. I don't know when this is going to be stopped. I don't know when is it going to be enough for people to understand that this is just getting out of hand. But I think that it's time for, first and foremost, the most powerful country that exists in the world, for me, is the United States of America. If they have an opinion and they have power, the citizens, they need to stop this. And also, not only, oh my God, he's provoking war, he's provoking violence. No. Stop with your pandering and your snowflakes. I'm not provoking anything. This needs to be stopped because the Congress people in the United States of America are not doing anything about it. Nobody is doing anything about this. And it is accelerating into a massive scale that is just on-stop. It does not stop. It's affecting Mexican citizens that they're trying to cross the border legally, that they got a tourist visa, they got a permit. They cannot cross, and they already been vaccinated, they already been COVID tested, but you got millions coming into a mountain. How illogical is that, people? Just give it to me. How illogical is that? Extremely illogical. But it's actually happening. How's everybody doing? Oscar Blue right here, live from Tijuana, Mexico, broadcasting for you guys. We're live at Facebook and we're live at YouTube. Buy me a copy. It's on top of the link if you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting. Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link. This is, this is Paola Lopez Rodas. That is the one that put a lock. Not too long ago, I reported on this, that they were torturing people in the Institute National of Immigration migrant station in Tapachula that is called the 21st Century. I have been to this migrant station 3 times already, and I have done interviews right here. This was the last protest that it was done on this migrant station where they were laying them on the floor. And you hear the statements of Paola Lopez Rodas. This article was released by La Silla Rota. And this is the statement from Paola Lopez Rodas right here on the bottom. She says right here that according to the solicitants, they got really upset when the director of the Institute National of Immigration and federal diplomat, Paola Lopez Rodas, a really discreet way says, do not attend them until they get tired. So keep them protesting, keep them doing whatever they want, keep them do like on a holy cow. Woo. When is this going to stop? These are pictures of the torture from the officers on this migrant station. And these are orders from inhumane, acts that have been happening. These are statements from migrants right here on the bottom that they're saying that, the authorities have been completely aggressive. These are, rubber bullets that they were thrown at the migrants. Right here, you see this report. And this is all this fluency. If this influx that it was occurring before, but this would have been stopped now in the Biden administration if Joe Biden would have said, we're keeping the 5% tariff, we're keeping this, we're going to close, secure the border, we're going to open the gap a little bit more, but this is going to be the process. This would not be existing. And all of this is existing because of this open border agenda. It's just unbelievable. Another thing that happened in Tijuana with the migrant camp over here in Tijuana is this. According to several sources, the Border Patrol agents started, releasing some numbers in the border of the port of entry of San Isidro. You guys have seen me reporting from there. So supposedly immediately the migrant camp is on the other side of the bridge. That you got more than 2,000 migrants waiting for the political refugee asylum. So when they started hearing that the Border Patrol was giving up like numbers, a lot of them, a large quantity of them started running to the port of entry, to the right side right here. You see an officer right here. And thinking that they were going to give numbers for them to be allowed into the United States of America. Yes, they were giving up numbers, but it was not to be allowed into the United States of America. It was just to know that they have contacts and numbers where they can do their process. Look at all these people that they were thinking that this was actually going to be an entrance to the United States. This was just something that it can happen in a second, in a fraction of a second, people. Look at how all these people, they're coming back. This can happen in a fraction of a second. This is why I have said before that the United States of America and the government is not prepared if they do a rush to the border. Look what happened in 2018. They were giving out numbers and everybody thought, oh, yeah, this is because they're trying to help us out. But no, they are only giving out a piece of paper where they're giving instructions for them to contact several numbers for them to be helped. But this happened like this immediately. And a lot of people are coming in like, where do I line up? Where do I go? Where do I go? Go back to the line. Go back to the line. Go back to the line. All right, I'll go back to the line. This is just a little moment, a little fraction that it can happen. This migrant camp has been there almost. We're going almost on the, my God, like 7 months, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6 or 7 months. And this is, this is a normal thing. Imagine if this was like, I don't know, they're opening up a gate. Immediately, everybody will go over there. I understand the necessity. I understand everything. But people, this is This is amazing what is happening in our borders. I'm a migrant myself. I'm a pro-migrant, legal migration. But what is occurring right now in our borders is a complete disaster. The most ridiculous thing about all of this, that it makes you wonder, when are the Democrats and the liberals, and also not only that, but when is the Biden administration going to call this a crisis, a humanitarian crisis? When are they going to call it a humanitarian crisis? There's a comment right here by Danira McCarthy. Muy triste la situación en Tapachula. Aquí vienen y se sientan en las banquetas todo el día. It says that, I will translate, it's a really sad situation what is happening in Tapachula. The migrants come in and they sit on the sidewalks the whole day. It is sad. Yes, it is. It is a really bad situation. Sí, está muy mal. Es algo muy triste. It's something that is really sad. They're using the people for their agenda. Están usando a la gente para su agenda de fronteras abiertas. They don't care for the human life, these people. No les importa la vida de los humanos. They don't care if they're suffering. They don't care if they came from a jungle and from a river and from a desert. No les importa si migraron por una selva, si migraron por un desierto, si migraron por una montaña. They don't care if they're coming in with children and their children are sick. No les importa si vienen migrando y sus hijos están enfermos. Where is the United Nations? ¿Dónde están las Naciones Unidas? Did they provoke all of this? Que ellos fueron los que provocaron todo esto. ¿Quién va a arreglar esta catástrofe? Who's going to fix this catastrophe? ¿Quién va a arreglar este crimen ante la humanidad? Who's going to fix this crime against humanity? ¿Estás bien? Estoy de acuerdo contigo, Danira. Es lo que está pasando y es triste. You're right. It's a really bad thing what is happening, and it is sad. It is sad, really. A lot of people are calling it an invasion. A lot of people are calling it that. And I'll use another term for that, because you can use the term invasion, but ultimately it has a lot of significance, invasion. And it has one that is kind of accurate when you say invasion. It says, massive fluency of people arriving into another territory and taking rights. That actually is kind of like happening. It's happening. But also invasion is taking a land by force, taking a land by guns, taking a land by, a lot of violence. In the United States of America, that's not happening because they're allowing them to enter. Joe Biden is allowing them to enter. They're allowing them. They're not even entering by force. They're not even entering by force. They're allowing them to enter. It is this different. And when it is a colonization, it is strictly, what they're doing right now. It is colonizing our borders, using colonial structures that is the Democrats, the liberals, the leftist agenda. Search for the word of colonization. It is exactamente lo que está pasando. I will read a couple of comments right here. Cecilia says, Oscar, it is like you invite starving neighbors from miles away to your house for dinner, but when they get to you, you keep the doors locked and tell them to go home after you convince them to come. Yes, I agree with you. Absolutely, I agree with you. Sonia Rainey says, Oscar Blue, so we can start rushing their borders so we all can vacation at their beaches. Tourist takeover while they're invading other places. Okay. Good joke. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. It's going on 6 years now. Again, I will repeat this. Start using this hashtag. Hashtag enough is enough at the borders. Hashtag enough is enough, or hashtag stop the colonization. This has been this has been geographically and logistically perfectly done. And they are doing it. Everybody, we are shocked of what it is happening right now. But for the elite and for the puppets that they're leading this, they know everything is going according to plan. The population is going to collapse one day and something is going to happen. We don't know what is going to happen. We don't know when is it going to get stopped. We don't know what is going to happen in the near future. But ultimately, we know one thing, that they are actually accomplishing little by little their evil plan. And it is to destroy border sovereignty. Really, it is that. It's sad, really sad that they're doing it, but it's actually a fact. They're doing what we thought that it was unimaginable. You know, United States citizens, some of them think that it's going to be like the movies. The United States is going to come in with, the army and they're going to rescue and the good guy. But it's not like that anymore. They are using their globalist compacts to take control of the economy, of the freedom of the people. Look what is happening right now with all the restrictions that they're putting around the world. And later on, you're going to have the Paris deal that goes by hand in hand with the World Health Organization. And then the globalist compact of education that is pushed by the Vatican to renew and to globalize the education, destroy public, history figures. Colonization is about destroying the statues and what the country represents and putting a statue. Again, it happened to Mexico. It happened to our population to our Aztec population when we were colonized by the Spaniards. The Spaniards came into our country. A lot of pyramids are destroyed and they put churches on top of the pyramids. It was a colonization. They put figures, statues. They took down our leaders, Aztec leaders. They did not destroy the beautiful structures of a lot of the pyramids, but a lot of them, they represented something for the history of our nation. They destroyed it. And they put their churches. What Black Lives Matter is doing right now with your statues, they're destroying your statues. They're taking them down little by little, and they're putting their agenda, their statues, what they represent, their liberal statues, trying to destroy the history, what a country was funded for, what a country was, basically what the country represents. Colonization, man. Search the term colonization. I have explained it here on the video a couple of times. And it is exactly what is happening right now. I really, I didn't want to start using now the word invasion because the leftists and the liberals, they have a justification for that. But they will not have a justification for colonization. You will not have it because that is actually what it is happening. It's actually little by little, and to a point that is no everybody's going to be like, what the hell? Just colonize the border. I just told you this, and this I will leave you with this thought. It's been happening for 6 years. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, it would have been flooded like you don't even imagine, your border and our border. But it's been happening for 6 years. You got 3 more years of the president of the United States of America that is pushing this globalistic agenda. You got 3 more years of that. And you got 3 more years of AMLO. So that is 9 years of this nonstop. 9 years, almost 10 years of this, if we don't put a stop to it. Imagine if Joe Biden gets reelected. Again, you got 4 more years of that. 10, 11, 12, 13. 4 more years of that. And imagine if the political party of AMLO gets reelected again, you're going to have 6 more years of that. This is not going to stop. We told you this at Border Network News. The ones that we have been reporting on the border, the ones that we started boots on the ground, the ones that we started reporting on this, nobody believed this. And we started saying it. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. It is not going to stop. If Donald Trump does not get reelected, this is not going to stop. It's going to go massively. Don't worry about it, Oscar. We got the reelection. We got it under control. Don't be trusting yourself. Republicans in the United States of America and independents in the United States of America, they got really comfortable. They got really comfortable. Really comfortable. Poor people in the world, it's not their fault, it's Joe. Poor people around, yes, it's not all our fault. It is the absolute corruption that exists in every country. That is what it is. And Republicans and independents got really comfortable. Really comfortable. Look what happened. They stole the election, Oscar Blue. Facts are facts. Who is president right now? Stolen or no stolen, who is president right now? Sadly, everybody got comfortable that this was not 4 more years is going to happen. Trump 2020 was going to happen. Comfortable, complicit. Nothing's going to happen. We got it under control. What happened? January 6th. Then the president of the United States, that president, Donald Trump, got backstabbed by the whole Republican Party. That is a disaster. Everybody got comfortable. And now you have this. You have all of this that is going on. All of this. Really important for everybody. How's everybody doing? For me to leave this broadcast, as we are watching our country of Mexico, I'm watching it over here, our country of Mexico, how it is so difficult now to broadcast and it is so difficult to say the truth. We're watching now how this is developing little by little. We need to stay together. As I have been saying this for the longest time, and people were like, oh, no, Oscar Blue wants the United States to, be a team with Mexico. It's not even about that. Look at what is happening. The globalists are taking over our countries. They're using Mexico as a trampoline to you. They need to stay together. Now hopefully, by this point, you need to understand that an alliance between people who love their country, people who love the Constitution, people who love, the future of our country, we need to stay together. We need to stay together and fight this. Spreading the word, getting involved, reading, getting involved in your communities, getting involved in your societies, pushing and writing, letters to the GOP, to your congressional candidates, to your district leaders, to all of this. Push them. Get involved in your schools because you're teaching your kids liberal ideologies. Push it. Don't get tired of it. This is for the future of your country. It's not even for, what you got on your job or what you got home. It's for the future of your kids. If you don't fight this, you're going to leave your kids a problem. And they're going to grow up with the problem. That is what happens in Mexico. In Mexico, everybody got comfortable. And when we were born in a corrupt country. We were born in a beautiful country that is Mexico, but it's corrupt. It is polluted. It is polluted with the cartel activity, with the corruption. So we grow up watching that. how since you're 5, 6, 7 years old, your parents and your grandparents and your uncles and your aunts, they're all talking about all these politicians are polluted, all these politicians are corrupt, all these politicians take advantage of the citizens. You grow up watching that 6 years after 6 years after 6 years after 6 years after 6 years. All your life, you see every politician is corrupt and they don't help your country to grow. Watch that, because that is actually little by little happening to your country. Take care of that. Value your freedom. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining this live feed. We're going on 55 minutes. Thank you so much. Buy me a coffee is on top of the link. If you guys like to contribute to a if you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting, Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link. Thank you so much to our travel fund. To our travel fund to go to down South America. And, you can follow me at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Telegram, and now on Twitter. Right now, I'm going to create a Instagram. It's already created. I just had to activate it. The Instagram account. Instagram took my account because I was speaking a lot. I was using that platform to do whatever the hell I wanted. Really, I was not even watching the subjects that you cannot touch on social media. That is like the SARS-CoV, and all this kind of stuff that is happening around the world. So I was being really vocal over there, and that they took it down. Although I was eliminating the video, like, hey, you know what? If I keep it, they're going to take it down. And they took it down. They took it away from me. So it's all right. I had like 1,400 followers. I didn't have no much public, but I'm trying to build one again. I will do it again today. And I'm going to start posting over there. I will get another platform. We don't know yet where we're going to go. Let me see a question. Can you come to go on a podcast, or do you have to be on Skype? There's an email for people that want me on their program. There's an email. You can write the email, and Oscar Blue Team will answer you over there, or I will answer it. If you want me to be on a podcast, or you want me to be on a program, there's an email. Also, you can message me on my Oscar Blue Ramirez page, Facebook page, if you guys want me on your podcast. So God bless you all. Thank you so much. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Because always your country's first. God bless.
Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and Good thing, Sarah, this canyon right here.
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
Couple of questions. So. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best sacrifice for your country.
Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.